Welcome back, everyone, to the Marlins Deep Dive Podcast, where we talk about all things Marlins. I'm your host, Carson Cooper, alongside my co-hosts, Noah Santiago and Chris Vieira, talking about last week's Marlins 2-series game versus the Colorado Rockies, and then our 3-game series versus the Athletics. Let's start off with the rough games that we had versus the Rockies. We went up 2 games up on them, and then we proceeded to absolutely do nothing in games 3 and 4. Mickey Moniak made us his little boys.
Literally.
We couldn't do anything against these guys.
He hit a home run in every game, by the way.
Hunter Goodman had a 2-run homer. Kyle Freeland beat Max Meyer in a game to make him 10-0 on the season. I mean, what more can you say about this game?
I mean, Javier Sanoja in the 5th inning made a crucial error that led to giving up how many? 4 runs?
Yeah, that was
in the 5th inning alone. So that's just kind of overall how our night went. Later in the game, though, Joe Mack hit a pinch hit home run inside the park home run. Actually, pretty aura, not gonna lie. Cut the lead to 5-3, but the Colorado Rockies' Kyle Carrios answered with a 440-foot solo homer in the bottom of the inning. So just couldn't do anything.
I
that
think the
entire
only
night.
bright spot, which we'll definitely talk about him because of how well he played in the Athletic series, is Joe Mack. I mean, as far as we've seen so far since he's been able to replace Augustine, he has been so good defensively for the Marlins, and he's sort of finding his steps here offensively for us, which is very good considering we're going to need him because we're in the playoff hunt right now, guys. We're tied right now for a wild card spot?
We have a spot. As of
We
right
do.
now, we have a spot over the Cardinals, but they're tied. The only reason why we're in and they're not
We have
because
the
we beat
tiebreaker,
them.
right?
Yeah, we have the tiebreaker.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Noah, you got anything you want to talk about from that game?
Max Meyer gets his first loss of the season. He goes, I believe, 5 innings, 5 runs, only 1 earned, and he lowers his season ERA to 2.53. But he does earn his first loss of the season. But if we look on the bright side, Max Meyer and Otto Lopez were just named All-Stars for the 2026 season. Deservingly, of course, as Otto leads the entire MLB in average. He's currently batting
And hits too.
346. Yep. He has gotten off to a roaring start in July, batting a little over 500 this month with an OPS north of 1500. So, anything you guys want to add about Max and Otto?
Max has had a rough start, but I feel like he'll have a bounce back game next game for sure.
Wasn't even that rough, by the way. He only gave up 1 earned run that entire time.
Rough. It sounds like. Does that sound kind of greedy to say it was rough, considering how well he's been all year? You know what I mean?
100%.
I feel like that's just me being picky.
He
now.
just
Like,
lost. We're just saying that because he lost.
I'm so expected to seeing him win. It's just like it feels so weird saying Max Meyer loses us a game. I mean, he didn't lose us the game.
He didn't lose us the game.
He didn't lose us the game, but like it wasn't like he had a Yuri 7 innings. All right. Okay, so let's talk about Game 2.
Game 4.
Yeah,
Game
game 2 of
4.
the games that we're covering, but Game 4 of the series. At this point, the Marlins are 2-1. We're trying to win the series again for a
0-1
second time.
0-1 in July.
And we lose the game 14-4. Okay.
A lot of things went wrong, is what I'm going to start off and say.
Gusto, not the greatest start.
John King gave up 2 runs. Fauché gave up 4. Gibson gave up 3.
Okay.
Sanoja first earned runs of his pitching career
pitcher,
as
yeah.
a pitcher. 2. A lot of things went wrong. Our offense didn't really even do much, even though we scored 4 runs. But
Other than Otto.
I guess.
Three for 4 with a home run, and he was so close to hitting the cycle. Was he missing the triple?
No, that was
Or the double. He was missing. What was he missing?
He was missing the home run.
He was
that
missing the
that
home
was
run.
game
He was missing the
2.
home run.
That
of
was
the
game
series.
2. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sanoja went 2 for 4. Other than that, everyone else 0 for 2.
Lopez did go 3 for 5 that game.
What really annoyed me is that Michael Lorenzen, the pitcher for the Rockies that game, seemed to really struggle to find the strike zone, and it felt like we had so many opportunities to score, and we just couldn't capitalize. And it feels like in a series where you already win the first 2 games, and you just need to win 1 more to win the series, that I know it's against the Rockies. Tiebreaker-wise, it's not going to matter, But right now is crunch time for the Marlins. These games are going to matter in a few months when you're fighting for a playoff spot. And we need to be able to capitalize when pitchers sort of have a rough game like that. Which is a little... Again, same thing as Max Meyer a few minutes ago. I feel like it's just greedy considering how lucky we were to watch this month of June. And, it was a rough start to our July.
Well, on a somewhat more positive note, our first game against the Athletics, we won 12-5. Very good offensive day. A lot of home runs this game.
5.
Pitching, 5, yeah. Pitching wise, very solid from our bullpen, other than Tyler Phillips, who went 3.1 innings, 5 earned runs. Not the best start by Phillips. I feel like he should go back to the bullpen.
He's really been struggling.
He's been struggling as a starting pitcher.
Which is surprising considering how well he was doing at the beginning of the year. Do you think that's fatigue, or do you think they're sort of starting to figure him out a little bit?
Honestly, I have no clue.
I do think they're starting to figure him out a little bit. You take the Cardinals game, he pitched into the 8th inning, but he only collected 1 strikeout.
Yeah.
And I think he should go back to the bullpen where he's been absolutely dominant in.
He's not getting a lot of whiffs on his pitches, too.
Yeah. When Jansen Junk is continuing to make his rehab starts in AAA, and when he comes back, he will slide into that 5 spot in the rotation, and Phillips will move back into the bullpen.
I mean, yeah, but just for some notable performances this game, Kyle Sowers 4 for 5 on the day, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. Phenomenal game. Aldo Lopez 2 for 5, Harry Berto 2 for 5, Casey 1 for 5, Marcy 1 for 3.
Casey
hit a home run, by the way,
yeah.
Marcy. So
And
Casey. But more importantly, Marcy hit a home run, guys.
That itself should have caused a July 4th celebration around the world. There should have been a firework launch simply for him just hitting a single home run, by the way. Which at that point, I think put him at 3 for 40 of his last 40 at-bats.
He's 2 for 30-something.
Oh, Lord.
Mind you, one of the announcers, Gabby Sanchez, literally called the home run. He was talking about Marcy and his struggles during his at-bat, and the next thing you know, 2 seconds later, hits a bomb to right field. I mean, couldn't be more perfect timing. You guys can go check out the clip on Instagram. But that's the end of that game. The next game against the Athletics was another win for the Marlins.
I think you're sort of forgetting to talk about, though, too, that this game sort of set the tone. And I feel like because of how underperforming we were against the Rockies in the last 2 games, I feel like it low-key lit a little fire underneath them. And franchise record 13 home runs
in a single
3-game
series,
which is ridiculous considered that this entire year everyone's been talking about this team not being the team that gets a lot of homers, but they're the team that gets you by 1,000 cuts, right? And to see them sort of explode like this, is this something that we can build on in the future and start to see a lot more homers? Or is it one of those things where you guys think it's sort of like a one and done? I mean, I'm not expecting 13 homers a series, obviously, but it's one of those things where you can start to see a lot of these guys like Otto starting to find a little more power, right? Joe Mack is coming into himself, as I said earlier. He's finding power beneath the bat. I mean, obviously, too, we also played in Sacramento, right? It's not the hardest ballpark to hit a home run.
No, not at all.
So, but does this give them a little bit of confidence? I mean, Jacob Marcy, too, this is... Getting that homer, I feel like, is going to be something that can give him some confidence.
Maybe.
He maybe, right? But
Hopefully.
I feel like this is going to be something that can be good for the rest of the year. As in, we know you guys can do this. Do you guys think that they continue to do it, though?
I mean, I think our guys are known for power, like Stowers, Casey Heriberto, can definitely use that off this game and start hitting more bombs. Definitely. Maybe Otto, too. He can start getting some power into it. I think the Leo home run was a fluke. That was definitely a fluke. Mac, I don't know. We haven't seen much from him. I don't think of him more as a power guy.
I really think Mac...
I mean, on a power-wise standpoint, we haven't seen much from him. I mean, he has, 6 homers on the year?
7.
But you got to consider, though, he's a rookie. We can easily develop him, and he could become one of those franchise... Well, I think this guy's going to be our franchise catcher.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know if that's jumping the gun.
100%. No,
but
100%.
Defensively, this guy is elite, and if he can find power behind his bat on top of it's not even he's a bad hitter too. He gets good contact on these balls. He has power, he has contact, and he has defense. And I don't think there's much more you can ask for a rookie who came up during the season to replace a guy last year who had over 20 homers. Right, Augustine had around. Yeah. It was just around 20 homers, I think. So I don't think you can ask much more of your rookie catcher right now.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm just saying that the ballpark probably plays a little bit into it, but I mean, I don't see one. I would hope he becomes like a big power guy, power catcher hitting fourth.
He hit like a 450
He did hit a 450
too.
Yep. Yeah.
And what did he hit? This was like a 431. It was closer to
430. 430, yeah.
430.
But just
Yeah, I do want to say that we hit 5 home runs in game 1. Game 2, we continued to rake. Lopez, I'm pretty sure, also had 2 home runs this series. Stowers, of course, he had 3 home runs this series, I believe. Very high arcing shots, but Stowers off to a blazing start in July with an OPS of over 1.415, I believe.
I don't know what game it was, but there was one of those games where he just sent one deep into left field. Looked like an easy pop out, and
it
just
kept
going. The
45-degree launch angle home run.
That was Stowers.
Yeah,
Stowers also had like a moonshot. He didn't even think it was going gone. He was just trying to find the ball.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, and Harry Berto, I know that, like, I thought this was personally cool. Harry Berto hit one like in that little thing in outfield, like center outfield, the little gap.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I thought that was so cool, bro. That was like a trick shot moment right there.
Yeah, well, game 2 of the Athletic Series, we won 7-2. Sandy, 8 innings, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. Great start.
Great outing.
I don't believe that run should have been earned. If you take a look at the run who scored, he reached on what looked like was a Sonoha error, but it was ultimately ruled a hit. I disagree with that, but a great outing from Sandy. He lowers his season ERA down to 3.99, and he's just our guy. He's really found his spot in June after struggling in May, and he's been back to his prime Cy Young self.
After this, and we're still not talking about the all-star Otto Lopez's performance in the last 2 games versus the Athletics. 3 for 4. 2-run homer, an RBI double, and his 38th multi-hit game in Game 2. And then he proceeded to be almost just as good in Game 3. Sort of, I mean, I don't know if this is like a statement or not. I would say this is a statement. Because for me, he deserves to be starting in the All-Star game. Not just getting the nod. It's great he got the nod. But there's no reason why this guy is not starting in Philadelphia in a few weeks.
Absolutely.
CJ Abrams, as good as a ball player he is not deserving of the spot. Otto has a higher batting average, higher OPS, and CJ Abrams is the worst fielding shortstop in the league. His fielding percentage, I believe, is under .960. That is the worst in the league amongst starting shortstops.
And I just looked in the stats because as of the time of recording this, Otto Lopez was literally NL Player of the Week. And in this week, he batted .500, led the league, 14 hits, led the league, 7 RBIs, and then he exploded for 3 homers. Like, that's ridiculous. Otto Lopez continues to get better and better, it feels like, every week into this season. And from a guy, I'm a Miami Heat fan too, so like watching all these Miami Heat players who sort of they're not expected to be great. Those Max Scherzers and Gabe Vincents. I wouldn't say he is a Max Scherzer or Gabe Vincent, but he's sort of become like, okay, we're starting to see something out of this guy. Can this guy be a consistent player for us? We're now talking about star player for the Marlins for a year to come.
I mean, yeah, and I think also the fact that he's playing so well, it's actually getting the Marlins a lot of national attention. I mean, I see a bunch of people on social media talking about how Otto Lopez should be in the All-Star game. I saw a few ones about how Max Meyer made the All-Star game, and I think it's very good for the team. And I think us having the best record in June, starting off hot in July, It can give this team a lot of attention, both in the media and in social media, and I think that's only going to bring more good stuff to the team. And as a recap, the last game against the Athletics, which we did win 9-8.
Which we're not complaining about. Great win.
We're not complaining.
But
I have
very
a few,
big but.
I have a few
There's a
complaints.
big elephant in the room that we need to discuss. And I know...
This message can go out personally to Clayton McCullough. Okay. So, Clayton, I don't know if you know this, but in the 7th inning, when your pitcher is 21 outs into the game through 21 batters, doesn't walk anyone, doesn't give up a hit, it's a perfect game, right? I don't care how injured Yuri Perez was. He is 6 outs away from
history.
throwing a perfect game. What would have been the 25th? Because 25th in MLB
25th.
history?
Yeah, there was 24.
25th in MLB history. And not only did you get shamed by the Athletic fans, now you have somehow turned the entire fan base against you because of one decision in a game that we won, by the way.
I gotta be honest, even though that was a win, that was possibly the worst Marlins game I have ever experienced. The fact that what was an 8-0 game going into the 8th inning turned into a 1-run game in the end should not be acceptable. Lake did, I mean...
No.
You can't,
No.
you can't expect that from him. He had a bad game, but...
No.
No,
The thing was, you had Lake go in, and then you thought the resolution was Pete Fairbanks. Like, there's levels to
Well,
it,
there's
right?
another thing, too. You have a perfect game on the line. You put Balker in. First batter, he walks in, 5 pitches? It was like 3-1 count. 3-1 count, walks a guy. You had a perfect game on the line. You go out there and instantly walk the first guy. Like, do you think that was either he just didn't have it that day, or do you think he just like felt the moment and just completely crumpled?
I think he didn't have it that day. Lake has been good all year. I don't think we should look past that. I mean, I do think we should look past that.
You know what the funny thing in this situation is that the only way that this turned out in Clayton's favor is if they still threw the combined perfect game, but that it just got immediately thrown away after the first batter. That's just what's funny.
And then the shutout, the next batter, literally the you didn't even have a shutout. No, the next batter, he hit a double off the wall, scored a run. Now it's a 9-1 ball game. Like,
you give him hope. Which turned into a 9-8 ball game at the end in a game that should not have been that close by any means. I understand that it is very easy to score in the Athletic Stadium, right? Or what's it?
It is very
Stutter Health, right?
Yeah.
But when you go 7 innings with your starting pitcher allowing no one on base, maybe we should keep that guy in the game.
Wasn't
right?
even over 100.
And save the bullpen because they can get healthy, right?
Absolutely.
And I get it. He's on 92 pitches. It's his 3rd game back from injury, but he has a perfect game. You keep him in until he no longer has it. Like, if it was a no-hitter, it's a little bit more understandable.
Yeah.
And then I would see where it's coming from, but it's a perfect game. 21 up and 21 down.
That is one of the most coveted achievements, and not only baseball, in any sport, I would say. I would say that's one of the hardest things to achieve in sports.
I would also want to point this out, too. We had a situation similar to like this earlier in the year with Sandy. It wasn't obviously not on the same level, but it's like another achievement. Back-to-back Maddixes in a row is a very big thing, a very hard thing to do.
The only difference is this one felt so attainable. It felt so close.
Yeah, it was right there. But what I'm trying to get at is that you took Sandy out, and he was horrible the next few games. Like, his confidence was in
the dirt.
In the dirt. Like, you killed Sandy, and we know Sandy has confidence issues. I mean, when this guy's confident, best pitcher in baseball. When he's really like not feeling himself, he's one of the worst pitchers in baseball. I mean, all of last season he had 7 ERA through like the All-Star break.
He was the worst qualified pitcher,
which is why it's so unfortunate though that the view not the viewership but the attendance at the games is so low. Like, just imagine Sandy at packed out stadium every time he comes to pitch. Like, that's what it should be.
Citizens Bank.
It should be every time Sandy comes to the mound, and it is a home game, that place should be selling tickets like hotcakes.
Absolutely, but all I gotta say about that decision is you hope that Yuri is not going to have that
Regress a
same
little bit.
outcome
Yeah.
and like confidence be in the dirt. I heard off of social media that he actually took him getting taken out very
Personal?
easy. No, he took it very well. Actually, he was very like he's like I understand.
Which is great to hear from a young pitcher like
Obviously,
him.
yeah. What is he like 22, 23 years
I think
old?
he's
Like
23, right?
yeah, one of the youngest starting pitchers in baseball. Like he took it very well, and I mean, you just hope that his confidence doesn't go in the dirt and he starts regressing a lot because
He's been very good since returning from
he's
IL.
been very good. And honestly, considering the health of our starting pitchers right now, we need him to be good. We need him to be good. Just
Looking forward a little bit, I know this is jumping the gun a little bit. We're just now under a month away from the MLB trade line. Right?
Yeah.
The deadline, I should
yeah,
say.
yeah,
The Marlins at this point have seen what they need to fix,
yeah.
and they understand that this team is in a position to compete, right? Obviously we should be buyers,
Obviously,
but what should we be looking for? Like, what positions, I should say,
I
or
s-
if you have any players in mind.
I say our biggest need as of right now is definitely a closing pitcher.
For real.
absolutely.
If we can somehow get rid of Pete Fairbanks' contract,
DFA
and
him, bro. Just DFA him.
if we can get
DFA
him,
No, just
I would
cut
trade him.
Like,
I would trade him for a 13-year-old from Cuba, bro. I'd do it. I'd do it. I would trade Pete Fairbanks in a heartbeat, bro.
I'd also say we're in need of a third baseman.
Well,
Yeah, I think Sanoha, yes, but if we can get another depth piece, right, so that we're not playing
if
thou
you're
who shall not be named in the lineup every other game because Javier Sanoha needs a break, right?
If you ask me personally, I'm going to say we don't really need to be buyers in the whole position group department. If you're asking me, I think we need to take this opportunity and build up on our starting pitching.
What
our
about depth,
bullpen.
though? Let's say
I mean,
Javi somehow goes down.
depth-wise,
Because if Javi goes down at that point, you're stuck with Leo Jimenez. And
Connor
that's
and Connor
not
Norby.
going to be very good.
I mean,
for
I guess you're
Grandpa
right, but you don't like who do you trade for? Matt Chapman? He's old as hell, big contract.
I wouldn't complain about that.
I mean, I wouldn't complain, but knowing like our history as a franchise, we're not one to get big names.
Which is why, though, I think you can use this, though, as a moment to tell teams, like, hey, this is not your typical Marlins team. This Marlins team is serious. Like, we're going to go after the chip this year because we know that a lockdown is coming. Are we necessarily going to win it this year? No, probably not. But if there's even a sliver of hope, I think the Marlins need to use this and take this as a sign, right? Not only to themselves, showing, like, even the players. Like, if your GM goes out and makes a decision, like going to get a player like Matt Chapman, what does that tell Yuri Perez? What does that tell Joe Mack and all these guys? We have faith in you guys to deliver something. And it necessarily, what I would call a win, making the playoffs is a win, obviously.
Absolutely.
If we can win one series in the playoffs, I think
That's a
next
huge
year,
win.
not only is that a huge win, the attendance records, I think you can bring Miami back to baseball. Like, the city as
Absolutely.
a whole will come together and watch this team, all because you decided at the deadline to make a move to get someone that your players now believe that they can do it, because they can do it, right?
I mean, we know from the WBC that there's definitely a fan base for baseball. I mean, the WBC, they literally broke records on attendance this year. And if you look at all the games, even the worst games that were played in Lone Depot, they were all pretty much sold out.
Yeah.
Like, there's
there
definitely...
is people. There's an audience.
There's definitely an audience that wants to watch baseball, want to watch good baseball. We don't put... In history, we haven't put out good baseball. Now, we're putting out good baseball. Now you should take advantage, not even like to make a playoff run, but like from the financial department. You can make money selling tickets, selling jerseys. We have an opportunity here. Don't go out and waste it like we have in recent history.
All right, speaking about opportunities, let's go into our new segment, which we're going to do every time we do a podcast, our players of the week, okay? So who wants to go off and start us first?
I'll start us off with Heriberto Hernandez. Been absolutely raking at the plate. This month, he's had a batting average of 400. He's had 3 home runs, all in the A series. He's had an OPS of 1.633, which is absolutely unbelievable. He's gotten a little bit better with his discipline at the plate, not chasing as much, He is always aggressive on the first pitch, which is it's very good. He's had 5 RBIs this month, and he's just been an absolute stud.
Yeah.
I would say my player of the week is the one and only Daddy Stowers. You know, I'm a full Stowers Glazer, but this week he did nothing but make an impact on the field. Against the Rockies, he went off, I would say. First game, he had 2 hits. Second game, he had 3 hits. Didn't do well in the third game, but I mean, really no one did well. And ended off pretty strong with 2 hits in the fourth game. And then started off amazing in the Athletics game. 4 hits, 5 for 4 at the plate, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. Pretty great. And went 4 for 2 with 2 RBIs, a 1 home run, and a walk that second game. And I would say he did nothing but made an impact on the field. We love Stowers here.
And lastly, for Carson's player of the week, we're going to go with Joe Mack. I talked about him a little bit earlier. Defensively, he has been amazing. And even though Clayton McCullough, again, I don't know why he isn't playing a lot more regularly, considering we're getting a little closer to the All-Star break. He should really play the rest of these games out until the All-Star break, I should say. Because at this point, there is no rest. It's all go, and then you get the rest at the All-Star break. But during these last few games, when he has had the opportunity, in Game 2 versus the Athletics, obviously he had the big homer. And then against the Rockies, he had 2 homers, actually, against the Rockies. Yeah, so he's had 3 homers in the last week. And for a rookie catcher, that to me shows me that he is ready for the big stage at this point in his career, right?
I mean, yeah, I absolutely agree with all you guys in your statements. All of these players have made a great impact this week. And one player that none of us really mentioned, but obviously made an impact, Otto Lopez. Best player. I mean, he won player of the week.
I felt like we talked about him so much already. Like, there's not enough good things you could say about him.
Yeah, it would be boring if we just repeated his name once again for our players of the week.
Otto Lopez has 39 multi-hit games before the All-Star break, by the way.
Just crazy. I mean, really making that Luis Arraez trade look. I mean, we have our contact guy. We have our guy that's getting hits. We don't need him anymore. Get him out of here.
If you were to tell me before the year started what Otto Lopez was doing right now, I would call you an absolute liar. Because at the beginning of this year, I was starting to question Otto a little bit. You can testify to this. We went to Game 1, and I was like, I don't know about Otto. He's got to prove something to me. And he has literally made me eat my own words. Absolutely. I have never been so wrong about a player in my life. Otto Lopez has been nothing short of incredible this year, and I hope that he can just keep it up.
I mean, yeah, I agree, but our next series coming up here is against the Mariners, our homestand. Mariners are 47-44. I mean, all we could hope is to keep this momentum, bringing it home. We've been phenomenal at home. I mean, dare I say, let's go get another sweep? I mean...
I don't know about that.
I mean...
If the Marlins get a sweep, we're buying. At the deadline.
Absolutely,
we need to buy.
Absolutely.
And two, whoever's listening to this, show up to the games. Give these players the support that they deserve. They are fighting their butts off for this city to make it relevant again in the sport of baseball. We've seen the Heat make moves, right? The Heat are trying to get more relevant. Inter Miami obviously is Inter Miami with Messi. The Dolphins are doing a full rebuild. And meanwhile, the Marlins, who are the lowest payroll team in baseball, are actively fighting for a playoff spot. And there's not enough people going to the games.
I mean, I agree. When we're competing against teams like the Dodgers, the Yankees,
you obviously have.
I mean, if you really look at it on paper, we shouldn't be nowhere close in the conversation of these guys. But, I mean, on a lot of social media sources, they're putting us in the top 5 teams in baseball right now. We're playing the odds here. We should not be in the position we are right now.
This is Moneyball, but 2026 version with the Miami Marlins.
And no Brad Pitt. Wait, it was Brad Pitt, right? It was
Brad Pitt, yeah.
No Brad Pitt. No Brad Pitt.
Imagine if Brad Pitt was our actual GM.
Absolutely. I mean, what if
that unironically might get people to go to the games.
Yo, make it up, bro. Moneyball. They make a second Moneyball movie. It's about the 2026 Miami Marlins.
Brad Pitt would have been a better GM than Kim Ng.
And Derek Jeter too.
100%.
Speaking of buying, I also feel like we need another starting pitcher, considering we haven't had a full rotation all year. There's some big names on the trading block, most notably Tariq Skubal.
Whoa.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, the Braves are
Wait,
actively pursuing
pinch me. I
him.
want to make sure I'm not dreaming.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on that. The Braves are pursuing him, but there's other good names such as the
The
Nationals.
Braves are something right now too.
Such as the Nationals lefty Foster Griffin. He's been very solid for them. Joe Ryan from the Twins.
Ooh, I feel like that's a guy we could actually get.
Sonny Gray from the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Freddie Peralta has been heavily involved in rumors from the Mets.
If I'm being honest, I feel like I wouldn't say one guy away. We are 2 solid players away from being real contenders.
Even a guy like Robbie Ray, very
Real
solid
contenders.
for the Giants, you
And
know.
the thing about us is that we're dangerous because we have so much room to spend money. Like we have not spent money other than Pete Fairbanks. Literally Pete Fairbanks is what is, other than Sandy and Giancarlo Stanton, the most expensive player on our payroll, and he is unironically the worst player on our team.
I mean, guys,
maybe other than Leo.
Spent $2 million on Morel, by the way. That
Okay,
was another
but
big free agency pickup.
Morel's funny though.
Yeah.
Morel at least made us laugh because it was always funny to be like, yep, here's another out. It's not funny when you send out a closing pitcher
With an
and
ERA of
a
7.3.
7.2. It
like-
is ridiculous.
In a one-run game that gives up his government-mandated 1 run every single time, like, on command. He goes out in the game, all right, guys, let's say it's a 9-7 ball game. All right, guys, 9-8, let's go. Yep.
Whoever can legally gamble that's listening to this, whenever the Marlins are going to the 9th inning and you see, call to the mound, Pete Fairbanks is coming out, it's time to place money on the Marlins giving up at least 1 run in the 9th.
Absolutely.
Because it will hit at least 75% of the time, I'd say. At least 75% of the time.
Higher, 80%.
Close to 80.
I mean, if he has a 7 ERA...
As a closer, by the
As a
way,
closer.
he's supposed to face 3 batters.
Yeah.
That's literally all he's supposed to face.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, guys. That means in 9 innings of pitching,
Yeah.
7 of those 9 innings he gives up 1 run.
Yep.
Like, what is that? We're paying him $15 million to do what?
I
Nothing.
believe he's given up 21 earned runs in 26 innings of work this season.
Yeah, I saw that. That's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, just DFA him at this point. Get him
time.
off the team.
It's time to move on. But anyways, that's gonna do it for the Marlins Deep Dive podcast today. Thank you guys for listening all the way through. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure to go hit that subscribe button and like button. What do you guys have to say?
USA's already down 1-0.
Go USA Soccer.
Yeah, let's go. The parlay will hit, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. As always, go Marlins.